In the deep blue heart of the ocean, there was a magnificent sawfish named Sally. Unlike other fish, she had a long, flat snout lined with sharp, tooth-like scales, a saw. While others sometimes stared, her mother told her it was a gift, not a curse. It was a tool of great purpose. Sally loved her home, the vibrant coral canyon. But lately, the currents felt wrong. They carried a sad, muddy feeling. The colorful coral was fading, and the water was becoming cloudy. The fish were nervous, and no one knew why. Sally sought advice from the oldest creature in the canyon, a wise old grouper named Garth. The cloudy sickness has returned, he rumbled. It happens when the heart of the canyon is troubled. The source is a cave, but it is too narrow and tangled for most to enter. Sally looked at her long saw. Could this be its purpose? While others used their noses for fighting, she could use hers for probing and fixing. She volunteered to find the cave and discover the source of the sickness. She set off, following the murkiest currents. Her saw acted like a sensitive antenna, feeling the subtle changes in the water pressure and texture, guiding her toward the disturbance. Her path was blocked by a forest of seaweeds so thick, no light penetrated it. Fish got lost forever in its maze. Sally took a deep breath and gently used her saw to part the seaweed, carefully slicing through the densest knots, creating a safe path for smaller fish behind her. In the dark depths, she encountered a circle of moray eels. They were usually grumpy, but they were whispering fearfully about the rumbling. Instead of confronting them, Sally listened. They pointed her toward a fissure where strange bubbles emerged. The fissure was exactly as Garth described, narrow, dark, and tangled with roots. It was too small for sharks or rays, but for Sally it was perfect. She carefully navigated the tight space, her sleek body and unique snout built for this very task. Inside the cave, she found the problem. A large, heavy anchor from a human boat above had become stuck, tearing a hole in a vital underground aquifer. Mineral-rich sediment was pouring out, clouding the water and choking the coral. The anchor was too heavy to move. She couldn't lift it or break it. She felt a moment of despair. Was her saw not enough? She looked at the anchor chain. It was tangled in old, strong roots. She didn't need to move the anchor. She needed to free the chain. She began the delicate work of using the sharp edges of her saw to saw through the tough, fibrous roots. The work was slow and tiring. She needed more force. She backed out of the fissure and found the moray eels. "I need your strength," she explained. "I will cut, and you must pull." United by a common cause, the eels agreed. Back in the cave, Sally precisely sawed through the root binding the chain. On her signal, the eels grabbed the loose end with their powerful jaws and pulled with all their might. With a great creak and a cloud of sand, the anchor chain came free. The heavy anchor slid down the rock face, away from the sensitive aquifer, sealing the leak. Almost immediately, the cloudy sediment stopped flowing. The current began to clear, carrying away the murkiness. A cheer went up from the fish waiting outside. Sally emerged from the fissure a hero. The eels, no longer feared as grumpy loners, were celebrated for their strength. The coral canyon began to heal, its colors returning brighter than ever.